Most men think intimacy begins in the bedroom. They think desire is about passion that suddenly explodes, or about waiting until the lights go out to show affection. But the truth is, intimacy begins long before that. It begins in the subtle touches, the small details, the gestures that say, I see you, I feel you, I respect you. And here's what's even more interesting. Women don't just experience intimacy with their bodies. They experience it with their minds, their emotions, and their memories. The way you kiss her, where you kiss her, and the intention behind those kisses can completely change the way she feels about you. So today, I want to reveal 3 powerful, overlooked spots on a woman's body. 3 places that, when kissed with presence and intention, awaken not just her physical desire, but also her trust, comfort, and emotional bond with you. These are the spots most men ignore, and yet they hold the power to make her feel deeply connected to you in ways she never forgets. And stick with me until the very end because I'm also going to share some riskier, more vulnerable places to kiss her, ones that can transform passion into something sacred when approached with care. Let's begin. The first place is one you've probably touched before, maybe even kissed in passing, but I guarantee you've underestimated its power. It's the base of her neck, right at the nape, just beneath her hairline, just above her collarbone. Why is this spot so powerful? Because it's vulnerable. Think about it. She can't see what's happening there. She has to trust you completely when you touch or kiss her at the back of her neck. That's why it's one of the most emotionally charged zones on her body. When you kiss her neck, you're not just stimulating skin, you're speaking directly to her subconscious mind. Neuroscience has shown that this area is rich with nerve endings connected to the limbic system, the part of the brain responsible for emotion and memory. That means a kiss here isn't just a kiss. It's a memory you're planting inside her. It lingers, it stays. It makes her feel safe, cherished, and wanted. But here's what the most men make. They rush. They treat the neck like a place of dominance. They attack it with hunger, when in reality, it's a place of devotion. Imagine this instead. You gently brush her hair aside. You pause. Not rushing, not taking, just pausing, letting the air between you hum with anticipation. And then, slowly, softly, you let your lips rest against the back of her neck. You breathe her in. You don't devour, you honor. That single moment tells her, I see you. I cherish you. I'm not here to take from you. I'm here to understand you. That kind of kiss lingers far longer than passion. It whispers to her body that she is safe. And when a woman feels safe, she opens herself in ways you cannot imagine. The second spot is even more underestimated, even more ignored, yet it holds the power to awaken emotions that can leave her trembling. It's just behind her ear. Now, most men completely overlook this. They think the ear is just for whispers, maybe a playful nibble. But the truth is, the area just behind her ear is directly linked to the brain's pleasure and bonding centers. Gentle touch there actually helps trigger oxytocin, the hormone of trust, connection, and emotional closeness. Think about it. The ear is where secrets are whispered. It's where private laughter happens. It's intimate territory. When your lips touch just behind her ear, you're stepping into her private world. That's why it's so powerful. But the magic here isn't in being loud or aggressive. It's in subtlety. A soft kiss behind her ear while you whisper something personal, something only she gets to hear, can send a wave of warmth through her entire body. This is where presence matters more than performance. You don't need to rush. You don't need to prove yourself. You just need to be patient, still, and intentional. Because when you linger, when you let silence do the talking, she feels chosen. Not for her looks, not for her body, but for who she is when the world isn't watching. That's the kind of intimacy that makes her crave you, not just physically, but emotionally. The third spot may surprise you. It's not flashy, it's not obvious, it's small, quiet, and delicate, but it's just as powerful as the others. It's her inner wrist. Yes, the inside of her wrist, where the skin is thin, soft, and warm, where her pulse beats beneath the surface, where her rhythm, her energy, and her emotional state flows silently. When you kiss her wrist, you're not just touching her body, you're honoring her life force. You're saying, I notice you. I value the little things. I respect your timing. Psychology tells us that touch on the wrist activates the brain's empathy and emotional awareness centers. That means when you kiss her there, you're not just creating arousal, you're creating connection. Picture this. You're holding her hand in conversation. You pause, look into her eyes, then gently turn her wrist and press your lips against it. No rush, no lust, just reverence. That's rare. And because it's rare, it becomes unforgettable. Now, those are the three core spots: the nape, the ear, the wrist. But let's go deeper. Let's talk about some riskier, more vulnerable places to kiss her. Spots that can spark incredible intimacy, but only if you've built trust first. One of these is the hollow of her collarbone. This spot is close to her heart, both literally and symbolically. A slow kiss here doesn't feel like admiration. It feels like devotion. It makes her feel like you're not just attracted to her body, you're cherishing her soul. Another overlooked place is the inside of her elbow. Strange, right? But think about the skin there is delicate and sensitive. Nobody thinks to touch it, which is exactly why a soft kiss there can send shivers through her body. It's unexpected. It feels special. And then, if the trust is there, her stomach or her hip bones. These are incredibly intimate places because they require deep vulnerability. Many women feel self-conscious here. They may not always love these parts of themselves. And that's why kissing them tenderly can be so powerful. You're saying, I love every part of you, even the parts you don't show the world. These are not places to rush into. They're not places to claim. They're places to honor. If you approach them with care, they can awaken a closeness that goes beyond physical desire. But let me share one final bonus. And this one isn't even about a kiss. It's about the gentle placement of your hand on her lower back. This area carries so much emotional weight: stress, responsibility, the burdens she hides from the world. When you rest your hand there, not forcefully, but protectively, you're silently telling her, I've got you. You don't have to carry it all alone. That touch activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of the body that helps her relax, feel safe, and let go. If you've ever slow danced with a woman and felt her lean into you as your hand rested at the small of her back, you know exactly what I'm talking about. That's not choreography, that's emotional surrender. So, what's the bigger lesson here? It's this: intimacy isn't about speed. It isn't about performance. It isn't about proving yourself. It's about presence, patience, reverence. The nape of her neck, just behind her ear, her inner rest, even the quiet weight of your hand on her back. These aren't just touches. They're messages. Messages that say, I see you. I respect you. I choose you. And when you add in those riskier, more vulnerable places, the collarbone, the inside of the elbow, the stomach, the hips, you step into a kind of intimacy that isn't about taking. It's about cherishing. That's the secret most men miss. That's the difference between a kiss that's forgotten tomorrow and a kiss that stays with her for a lifetime. Because when you learn to kiss her with reverence instead of hunger, when you give attention to the places most men ignore, you don't just spark passion. You create memory. You create trust. You create a bond that becomes part of her forever. And that, gentlemen, is the real power of intimacy.